You say shukru.
Welcome back, George. Welcome back.
Yo.
I've had this question on so many occasions.
Yes.
And we need to deal with it today.
All right, guys.
How did Kia come about?
Kia, 1957.
1957?
1957.
Really?
1957.
What happened?
Has ended.
George Arthur Jr. Only the ladies. 1, 2, go. 1. Hey! The men in the house. Let's go. Hey! Yeah! Everybody for the last time that we get out of here.
I'm telling you, I write in key.
Hey,
oh my god.
No, George, another one. All right, then straight into the Joy Sports Center now, and it's brought to you by MTN 4G Plus for the fastest connectivity and highest internet speed. Choose MTN TurboNet, Standard Chartered Bank here for good, and Multi-TV just thrills. MTN Momo is celebrating 10 years of making life simple by giving away 10 brand new Hyundai cars in the MTN Momo at 10 promo. And for the month of June, Rebecca Quay was the lucky winner of the Hyundai Grand i10 2019. Rebecca, come and give me a ride, okay? Keep using your MTN Momo accounts to build points and win exciting prizes like Samsung Smart TVs, up to 3,000 Ghana cedis in eCash, or one of the brand new Hyundai cars, including the all-new 2019 Hyundai Santa Fe, from now till the end of August. Remember, promo winners will only be called with 0244 300,000 to redeem their prizes. Dial star 120 hash to check your points. Terms and conditions apply. Go on, just Momo it. We day for you everywhere you go. Want to feel special? Want to be pampered? Well, I do. And I know you do too, because you are worth all the good things in life. Now, imagine getting free access to over 1,000 VIP lounges in airports all over the world for you and that special person with your Standard Chartered Visa Infinite card. Walk into a world of privileges and comfort while you wait to travel the world. Enjoy free food, drinks, Wi-Fi, and everything else that comes with it. Just when you thought it was too good to be true, it doesn't stop. You have free travel insurance cover worth $2.5 million on every trip. Let that sink in for a while. $2.5 million worth of insurance cover. This is just a few of the many amazing privileges the Standard Chartered Visa Infinite Debit or Credit Card brings you. Isn't it time for an upgrade? Call toll free now on 0800 740 100 or visit www.sc.com/gh for yours today. Standard Chartered,
here for good and here for sports. Daniel, you know what? Ghanaians would perhaps for the first time know what went wrong and importantly how much was spent on Ghana's 2019 Africa Cup of Nations campaign when the Minister of Youth and Sports, Isaac Kwame Esiama, appears before Parliament today. We're looking forward to that. But, of course, this morning we take a look at what can be done in terms of building a good Black Stars team to begin the Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers 2021, which begin in some 4 months. Calls for a massive review of that technical team are getting louder, and veteran coach J.E. Sapong has shared his view on this.
We have individual differences. I have my difference, you have a difference. If I were Kwesiapia, I said this from day one, that after the process, I would have told Ghanaians, I would apologize to Ghanaians, and then leave the scene. You see?
Resign?
Yes, I leave the scene. I will leave the scene. I'm trying to massage the word. To resign.
Yeah.
But I am not Kwesiapia. That's why I said we have individual differences. He knows what has kept him going. Contractual agreements can also force Kwesi to stay on. Because if Kwesi decides to leave, Kwesi will have to pay back some money. So if you sack him, you have to pay him compensation. So that's why perhaps Kwesi is still at post.
Now, for Joe Addo, who is a former player, it's critical and important to look out for the mistakes, correct them, than making wholesale changes.
I think the technical people have to look through to what has happened in the past. I think what we do in Ghana is just buckle up. If anything, something happens and we don't win anything, and we do a wholesale and I don't think it's a good idea. I think we have to look at our problems, solve our problems, and continue from there. If it's a technical team, fine. If it's the playing body, fine. But we have to recognize where our mistakes are, see our mistakes, correct them, and move on, rather than making wholesale changes.
Is it time to do away with some of the players?
Difficult for me to say because I'm not a technical person on the Black Stars. Personally, I think so. But I'm not part of the technical team, so I wouldn't know. What goes on behind the scenes, a lot of people don't know what goes on behind the scenes when you are with the players.
All right, so I'm sure the discussion will be on, and we'll be trying as much as possible to see where this turns. We'll be giving you the updates on that. And away from the Black Stars, Asante Kotoko have confirmed the signing of former Ghana Premier League most valuable player and top scorer, Augustine Okra, for the Champions League campaign, which begins next month. Now, why this signing? I've been speaking to my colleague Benedict Owusu.
Well, George, the statement from the club explains everything with regards to Okra's signing. As you mentioned, he was once an MVP of the Ghana League and the top scorer. Kotoko are looking at players that have had a taste of the Champions League before. And Okra, who played for Bechem United before leaving Ghana, is a perfect fit, I think. Having played for top African teams like El Merreikh, Al Hilal, and Smoha FC, I think it is a good buy. And I understand he has an injury and definitely will recover and will be available for selection when Kotoko take on Kano Pillars on August 10 in their Champions League opener.
All right, we move shortly away from football. There's more to come on what's been happening with your clubs in pre-season. But let's do some athletics now. And the National Sports Authority boss, Professor Peter Twumasi, is hopeful there will be an end to the recent Ghana Athletics Association impasse before the start of the All-Africa Games next month. Former GAA President George Lutrot and 15 others sought a court injunction on the electoral process. But after recent mediation by the Sports Authority, Professor Twumasi believes things will fall in place at the association.
Same as we have expected. Her leadership also ruled the case and said that this kind of matter, the only solution that we can get is by going to Congress and electing new officers. So I think that all in all, it's been good, and I think all the parties are satisfied with the ruling. And I think that very soon dates for the elections will be announced, and persons with interest in leading the association will all file their candidacy and then contest. So I think that it's very good for Ghana sports, because you see, athletics is one of the big federations or associations running sports, because all the athletics related disciplines are all being managed by this particular association together with the NSA and the Ministry of Youth and Sports. So I think that it's been a success. It's a success story for all of us.
Let's find out what's happening in Europe. And Gareth Bale scored in his first pre-season appearance for Real Madrid, but his future at the club remains in doubt. Bale came off the bench at halftime to net as Real won on penalties after a 2-2 draw at Arsenal in the International Champions Cup. So definitely after the game, Coach Zinedine Zidane reiterated Bale's future remains unchanged. Now we have to try and solve this situation. So how can Real Madrid get this all sorted out with Gareth Bale happy, and they're also very happy after he moves to another club? Here's Spanish football writer Eduardo Alvarez.
Of course, after having paid 100 million euros, the release clause is 150, and it's obvious that Real Madrid will have to accept something well below that figure. But again, no one seems to be coming up with enough cash to make Real Madrid or to let Gareth Bale go. It's going to be tough, because the loan for a year or for a couple of years, like they did with James, was an option to see if the player recovers some value and can be sold for a higher price. Right now, the only thing that Real Madrid can do is accept a very, very significant cut in the price tag and let him go for less than 50 million, for instance, which, if you think of Bale's achievements and what he can bring to the table when he's in shape, is a complete bargain.
Boxing, and Russian boxer Maxim Dadashev has died at the age of 28 following injury suffered in his IBF welterweight fight against Sobril Matias. Now, Dadashev was reportedly unable to walk to the dressing room after his bout was stopped by trainer Buddy Margaret at the end of the 11th round. That was on Friday. Now, boxing reporter Steve Keane says nothing more could have been done to save Dadashev.
Nobody thought that fight should have been stopped really earlier than it was. In fact, Buddy McGirt, to me, cannot be second-guessed. He was very much lauded for stopping the fight against the wishes of Dadashev after the 11th round. Unfortunately, that was a very physical fight for him, facing a guy like Subriel Matias, who was strong, consistently hitting him with hard shots, but never really putting him away. And it wasn't until the 11th that you started to see a real bend physically.
Okay, now let's do some more from the World Aquatic Championships. We have to get the latest, because there was another spectacle involving China's Sun Yang after he claimed gold in the 200 meters freestyle. Paul Serious has more.
China's Sun Yang was snubbed for a second time at the Swimming World Championships in Gwangju, South Korea. Briton Duncan Scott refused to join Sun on the winners' podium following the men's 200-metre freestyle final, continuing the protest started by Australian Mac Horton on Sunday. Sun served a doping ban in 2014 and is due to face further charges at the Court of Arbitration for Sport in September. Sun turned to Scott as both swimmers left the stage and appeared to tell him, "You're a loser, I'm a winner." Joint bronze medalist Scott refused to shake Sun's hand and explained why.
If he can't respect our sport, then why should I respect him? So I think, a lot of people, what Mac did in the 400 free, at home, and, everyone in swimming got behind him. So, I think hopefully this happens for more events.
And just before I step out, Uzbek freestyle wrestler Arthur Taymazov has become the 60th athlete and the 8th gold medalist disqualified from the London 2012 Olympics after a doping sample retest. Now, this is ongoing. We're keeping our tabs on that. So, definitely, Danny, it's all eyes, eyes to the right, to Parliament House there.
Exactly.
As we find out what the sports minister has to say about what happened at the Africa Cup of Nations.
Definitely. Some disheartening news coming here from the London Games that you're talking about.
Yes, of course.
Yes, and there's even more sad news from the camp of John Painter. And we had to extend our condolences to him. Apparently, he's lost his brother, Kweku Painter. Our hearts go out to you and your family. John Painter, of course, was also a key part of our analysis team for Joy Sports AFCON commentary.
He was.
So John Painter, shedding.
Yeah, shedding.
All right, then. Thank you very much, George Adu Jr. And it's a happy birthday to you, Mrs. Evelyn Kelvis of the Customs Division of the GRA. Chaotic morning to you from Maximus and